Alright, ever since I started doing videos on like earbuds and IEMs for gaming, there's been one particular IEM that you guys have been requesting me to check out on my videos through the comments, including on videos that have nothing to do with IEMs. Anyway, those IEMs are the BLON BL-03s, which I now have. And I can tell you right now that these are currently my favorite IEMs. So let's talk about it. As per usual, I do have to let you guys know that this is not an audiophile review. Yes, we do touch on some audiophile topics regarding these earbuds, but this is a gaming perspective review of an audiophile product and whether or not it'll be good for gaming or not. With that said, let's get back to the review. Now the blondes I got are the purple ones. They also come in silver and this other brownish kind of color. And if you didn't know, blonde stands for belief, let music burn, appetit, never give up. Yep. Also annotation, music, and dryams. Now with the box aside, you're gonna get the IEMs, extra earbud tip sizes, the cable, a cloth carrying pouch, and a manual. Now the IEMs are made of a coated metal. The color I got is purple, so it's gonna sparkle really nicely. The 2-pin connectors actually protrude on this design, so it's kind of interesting. And on the back, you'll find left-right indicators as well as the name of the IEM. Taking off the ear tip, we'll find a matching nozzle that's also made of metal, which means it's durable, and there is a grill as per usual to keep your earwax out. The cable you're gonna get is a black cable that is nicely braided with a 3.5mm jack that is angled. The cable runs up to a pretty nice looking Y split, and the version I got comes with a mic with a single button for pause, play, or taking calls. Now for those of you who will be buying the version that comes with a mic, this is how the mic is going to sound in case you're going to be using it for chatting on, say, console or on mobile. So, yeah, that's it. Back onto the cable, at the end, it uses ear hooks which are pre-formed, so they'll return to their shape even when stretched out far. The fit on the IEM is very snug and fits very well, so I never have to worry about it getting loose or falling off. Now, if you can't already tell, they are designed to go behind your ears, and if you're vain, this is how they look on your head. And I can say it right now, the design is very flush, as it doesn't stick out too far from the sides of your head, and for me, the fit is very comfortable, which is likely due to the small shape and size of them, allowing them to easily sit in the ear without sticking out too far, keeping them also very secure on your head. Now the sound signature of the BLON BL-03s is absolutely fantastic sounding. It's got a very warm sound with a lot of musicality to it, and it's very enjoyable to listen to overall. Typically on a warmer sounding headphone or earbud, the bass is a little bit more boosted and the treble's a little bit more boosted, and this can cause a bit of recession of the mids, but the mids on these guys are actually still very present. They don't get recessed by it. With that being said, let's get into like the more of the sound ranges. So like at the low end, at the bass is very strong and present. It's very punchy, and it doesn't get overly boomy and overwhelming, nor does it get muddy. It's a very good, clean bass. The mids, once again, despite having a warmer sound signature on these guys, the mids don't get drowned out or like recessed. They're still very present, and they're very full and natural sounding, which is great. Now, the highs are very detailed, and they're very clear, but they don't go super high. So the range isn't like really up there, but this isn't necessarily bad because this also means they don't get very harsh and they don't get very sibilant. So it doesn't strain your ears every time there's a very high sound, and it doesn't like feel like someone's cutting into your ear at any time someone makes an S sound, you know what I mean? Now when it comes to the soundstage of these guys, for an IEM, I was actually quite surprised. The soundstage is actually quite large. You get a pretty decent sense of space around you when you're listening with them, and this includes a vertical space, which leads us into imaging. The imaging is pretty accurate. You get a good sense of depth and where things are in front of you and behind you, as well as from beside you and, you know, actually from above you, which I normally don't get from IEMs. Like, I do get a bit of it from other IEMs, but these do a really good job at giving you a 3-dimensional sound. Granted, in like a rather smaller stage than like an open back headphones, but for an IEM, it's really good. So when it comes to soundstage and imaging on these guys, as an IEM, these are fantastic, which is shocking for the price I paid for them. Okay, now this is all fine and dandy, they sound really good and all, but we're here to figure out if they're good for gaming. And holy crap, it is amazing for gaming. The full and detailed sound gives you a very rich experience and brings you into the game for better immersion, while still giving you the ability to pinpoint the locations of enemies. This is the first time I've ever had such a great 3D audio experience coming out of an IEM. The soundstage is almost like an oval-layered dome shape, which gives me a great sense of space from all around me, including from above and below, which is something that's very hard to do in IEMs. The space behind you, however, isn't as large, but it is still very large nonetheless. The imaging is also very accurate, fully utilizing the large soundstage, and with all that being said, I can honestly say that this IEM is perfect for gaming, and this is across all genres. When it comes to IEMs and earbuds in particular, this is now my gold standard to beat. Now the price of the blondes typically floats around 40-ish bucks on Amazon, which I'll leave a link to in the description, and you can get it for cheaper prices on places like AliExpress, but it's for some people a little bit sus, and occasionally Occasionally, it will pop up on drop, but you know, that's how drop works. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. So always keep a lookout on drop. Now to wrap this whole entire thing up, yes, these IMs are perfect for game. They're just that good. And I don't know what you guys are doing still being here. Go out and buy one. So yeah, they're that good for gaming. That being said, that's pretty much all I got for today. So if you liked the video, do like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, well, let me know with a dislike, and remember to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm posting next. With all that being said, what are you waiting for? Go get one of these guys. Come on, get out of here.